Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. This is Gigi with Invite the Light Readings. I'm coming to you with another pick a card reading. And so this particular reading is about what is holding you back. It's like you kind of know what's holding you back, but you don't know like the root cause of it. And so this reading is going to basically focus on shedding light in areas that you may not be able to see. Hello, everyone who's coming in. How are you? Welcome. I'm just going to take another few seconds to let a few more people actually come into the chat. Meanwhile, what I can do after I put in my little eye drops here is let's begin before we get started, as you can see, there's a group of 4. Now, I really want us to commit to this reading to get the best answer possible. So I just want everyone to just, in their chair or however you're sitting, just sit up with your feet on the floor and just begin to take a deep breath in, just to bring yourself to the moment, removing anything else. Deep breath in again. Go. And so as we bring ourselves to the moment, we begin to bring our concentration to these cards, connecting with our divine and highest guides who hold the best and highest intentions for us. And so as you focus on these cards, just asking for the one that is going to give you the most accurate information within the scope of this reading, because this is a general reading. So it's calibrated for a lot of people. All right, so this is getting my last nerve here. You just do that, and then we should be good. So this is group number 1 here, group number 2, group number 3, and group number 4. So one more time, group 1, group 2, group 3, and group 4. And so while you're deciding that, I also want to turn over the main overall energies that are affecting you all right now, directly or indirectly, that would be an issue in holding you back. And so this is actually the gossip card. So there is, it's not necessarily saying, y'all are some gossiping motherfucker. It's not necessarily saying that. There's just a lot more talk, there's a lot more conversation, and there's a lot less action. For some of you, there is a lot of self dialogue in the mind that's super critical, and this is what holds you back. And a lot of you, it just isn't enough action. A lot of you are focused on other people as well and what they're doing, and so you are called to pull back into your energy and to begin to create. This is very easy for those of you in the last category I'm talking about. This is very easy to do when you're on YouTube and there's a gossip on Kanye screaming on Chance the Rapper Wednesday and Tiger Woods, you know what I mean? And then there's Oprah having a problem with somebody, and then, Obama's getting called out, and then what is Trump doing every day? And so there's just so much drive to move forward into other people's lives. So we just need to keep that in mind as we release that. So I'm going to get started on group number 1. And we'll go from there. So group number 1, don't freak out. That's the failure card, but don't freak out. There's a failure card, the humor card, the denial card. And then you have the queen and the student here. So a lot of the energies here for group 1 are actually not getting past some stalled energy. Clearly for some of you, maybe some of you actually haven't finished school, or you had finished school and hoped to have gotten a job in an area and it just didn't show up. But they're saying there's something in this failure. One, it has to do with the level of worthiness within you. It's almost like you kind of on an unconscious level had an expectation that you were not going to be able to get this job or finish this work or get this degree because of whatever. Um, there's a lot of societal influence in here influencing your train of thought, and for certain people there are a lot of disappointing things that do lend a lot of validity to thinking that they could have a lot of failure in certain things. But spirit is saying, the divine is saying, you can work on this. You have a choice as far as what your belief systems are concerned. And if you activate your higher selves and all of your divine guides, you're really not working against the typical sort of man and societal pressures, problems, let's just say, discrimination or, monetary challenges, things like that, when you are actually working through the divine to get what you need to get done. So your guides have been trying to talk to you, but it's like almost like your head is so turned over into this isn't going to work. There's so much here. All these people are jerks. They just make it so difficult. This, that, and the third. And then how am I supposed to, for others of you, it's like, how am I supposed to study when I have to work? And then they're not giving me a good work schedule to support my studying. It's all against me. So they're asking for you to move these external energies out, go more internal, and then begin to pray for this information to come back in. Did that make sense? That did not make sense. Sorry. They're asking you to actually pray and align so that they can move the obstacles out of your way. I don't know what that was all about. They also, there's this feeling that you also, you're always kind of working against something. And I think that it takes time for people to realize that, because it just takes life. It takes life experience to realize, oh my gosh, I've already built up, obstinance before I even have it. So when you go to work hard, just work hard. Don't work as if you're working against something. Notice that energy, like notice it. They're going to be, it's me against the world, this type of thing. As opposed to I am the world, as opposed to I am, and then I'm in my birthright and things come to me, and working within your own energy in order to create that so that the universe can part all of what is obstinate out of your way and put you into success. Because I think at times as well, there's this other element of holding you back, is that you don't necessarily take yourself seriously. You don't allow yourself to be taken seriously in a way. And please don't be triggered by that if it sounds like so direct. It's just hard sometimes to make things sound pretty and nice. I don't necessarily have that talent. But you sort of you have a lot of power, and because if there's this feeling that you don't necessarily get along with other people, like you're misunderstood, and it's just problematic when you're in your power dealing with other people. So you kind of have put yourself in a place where you maybe self-deprecate, or you put yourself down a bit, just to make yourself feel a little safer amongst the other people who want to live in mediocrity. So there's that as well. Like, it's safe to be you. The other thing is that for others of you, you actually have taken these elements so seriously that you've manifested this level of failure, and they're letting you know that the failure is actually an illusion. Like, don't be triggered by that. What they mean is that because of your expectation, because of your belief system, because you're feeling that other people are against you, they're saying that those things have come forth to create a certain level of reality, but they're also letting you know with this card here that that reality actually is an option. Sure, it will take some work. Sure, it will take some commitment for you to link up with divine in order to move those elements out, move those people out, create situations where you're better supported in order to move up, in order to move forward, and then create success. But it is definitely possible. So they want you to, at the same time, go on this path, begin to create, use your guides a lot more, but don't take things so seriously. If you don't, if you're not able to stay in the element, you fall off the path just a little bit, just put yourself back on without all the criticism, because sometimes you guys in this group as well can tend to get stalled out because of one thing, like something can throw you off into orbit. And this is not a criticism, it's just data for you to work with. But you get thrown off into like orbit from one thing that somebody did. And you have people gunning for you too, at times. So it's like, it's not like you're imagining this stuff, but they have, getting you to the point where you can still work, be unfettered, undeterred, and still keep on course. So not to get thrown off. So when you tend to get thrown off, and I'm sorry, I didn't complete my thought, but when you tend to get thrown off, you tend to really go, God, I really, just be really hard on yourself. So they do want you to lighten that up a bit. But definitely one of the biggest things that hold you back is denying your success or believing that it actually can happen. I really feel like this reading will trigger some people, that people will be like, no, I don't. No, I don't do that. Oh my God, I'm working so hard. It's not that you don't work hard. It's not that you're not a hard worker. It's how you can channel that hard work into a way that actually will manifest a pathway forward for you, your divine birthright to be able to succeed, to be able to go on, to be able to be supported, not have to deal with adjusting the people who are trying to take you off of your path and making that your full-on reality. They're saying that's an illusion. They're saying that you can create your destiny where you have a community that will support you, but you've got to start in your belief system, okay? So let me just take a few of these cards here, even though I feel like we don't even necessarily need it. I'll just take a few here. Yeah, basically same thing they're saying. Basically, definitely. So, definitely be more in your heart center, be more connected with yourself, be less jaded. I know that's like, it's like messed up to say, but I mean, I'm just trying to accelerate this message because given everything I just said here, you understand what I mean by that. Like, allow yourself to be in your highest element and provide a safe space for yourself to be that. Begin to allow the people who don't allow you to function as 100% in your power, allow them to be washed away. Okay. You don't have to be on guard so much. You can begin to work with the divine to create a community that will support you, and then you will be feeling safer. Okay, so it's all about just real communication with them as well. And yeah, you are guided to do a lot of these things at night. There are some two-faced people. I feel like a lot of you just have like some two-faced people who don't necessarily show up. And if you feel like you're having a hard time getting rid of them because you don't want to be the evil person, and they've got this talent of turning you into an evil person for calling them out, just allow the divine to like wash those relationships away or transition them into, associates, something like that. Okay, group one. So that's basically what's holding you back. You've got a lot of promise there. I mean, look, you show up as the queen. Also, you show up as the student. And then finally, you get this empty card, which means you're a really good manifester. You can make anything happen. And they're ready to listen to what you want. what does your day look like? What does your community look like? What does your world look like? What does success look like for you? And just really have that taken care of. So if you enjoyed that reading, if it was of any help to you, please do hit the like button. Please feel free to scroll down to the description box as well if you would like a reading that's actually focused on you personally. You can book a session with me and work with me, and we will get you sorted. Okay. All right. So I am going to go on to group number 2 right now. Not too many cards for group number 2. You've got the abundance card. You've got the blame card. You've got the Avenger and the Liberator. All right. I feel like with this group here, there's a lot of, excuse me, there's a lot of internal turmoil that actually goes on as well. It feels like it'd be very interesting to kind of maybe take a look at group number 1's reading as well. But I feel like, the universe is saying you have the power to lift yourself out of this. I feel like there's a lot of circuses and a lot of drama that kind of persist in your life. For some of you, there's just the ongoing thing with family members, just negative cycles and things like that really keep you out of your equilibrium, keep you unfocused. And so it's beginning to have distorted things so that you are kind of in this mode where you've now kind of come down in frequency to deal with these people in this way. And this is what's holding you back, is actually dealing with these people who don't deserve your time or energy, even though they're family and stuff like that. You have to, there's a call for you in this reading to draw boundaries with for your well-being, to take yourself first for your well-being. So let's see what's happening. I do feel like you have some friends who may be just a little bit behind the times, and as far as being on the path to certain levels of responsibility, as far as excellence is concerned, as far as moving forward is concerned. I mean, these aren't horrible people, but I just feel like, for some of you with this card here, like, there's this guilt trip and there's this tendency to kind of pull you off course so that you can go out with your friends and party and drink and do all the things that you kind of regret the next morning because you haven't gotten work done that you need to get done. You don't feel as good as you do when you have like a green drink, I'm hearing for some of you. And so you kind of got this pull. You've kind of got this pull coming in for some of you as well. Some of you have like the frenemy thing going on as well with these friends. Like, this is such a tired cycle. The frenemy, the one who's always like giving you those jabs and stuff like that, and you don't even understand why. And so it's like you've sort of lowered yourself to actually deal with this person in that cycle. And so you want to be careful and sort of, get yourself off that merry-go-round. It's just a time waster. It's like intuitively, these people know they're kind of like wasting your time, pulling you off of your, off of your real path. I see for many of you guys as well, there's a real chance for you like to travel the world. Like, you're really different. You want to go places and meet other people, and you should be more focused on that. Like those language lessons you were supposed to be taking online for free AF, like really get back to that setting that together, getting into those Zoom groups and the meeting groups as well. This is the best time more than ever to begin to meet people from other countries in a safe space, because you can do it over Zoom. You can join like a meetup in London now because everything's on Zoom. You can be over in Asia. Like, people speak English everywhere. And I know that some of you from other countries as well, English may not be your first language, but people speak your language almost everywhere as well. in a lot of ways. I'm like hearing somebody from Norway going, there's only a couple million people who speak my language, but believe me, I happen to know a little something about Norway. You guys are everywhere. Okay, so let me take a look at this real quick. I feel like, some of you have a mother who was super supportive. Others of you have like a boss or a mentor. This is a female mentor who really could help you um, do a lot of what you want to do, help you build leadership skills, actually. And I think you really should take advantage of that, and take your attention off of these friends and this day-to-day circus that's going on with them, because unfortunately, this is not the path that will sustain any type of progress that you're looking for. I do feel like you're a little bit stuck, and I think it's because you have a sense of justice in your life, where you try to do things in a right and a wrong. You you do things like you try to do things like in the right way, and you have a good sense of right and wrong. And because other people have kind of, violated that clean sense and that clean psyche that you have, it has begun to pull you down because there hasn't been justice for their behavior. So now you've decided to actually become the avenger and seek justice yourself. Only you have pulled yourself into the swamp. Now, I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what anyone has been through. I'm not saying it's a little thing, and I'm not saying it's nothing. So I just don't want anybody to be triggered. I just want everybody to remember, I don't know what's going on out there. I'm just reading the cards, like literally, for what it is here in front of me. Okay, so it doesn't mean that whatever was done to you wasn't wrong and doesn't deserve justice and deep justice, but they are saying at the same time, this will be handled in a certain time. I don't know how that makes you feel. It may trigger you, but you yourself, they do want you to reactivate yourself, recollect your light, and get back on get back on the circuit and get back to work, because what's holding you back is that you have taken on this sense of justice where you need to teach these other people a lesson, or you have a little revenge, or what, this person did this to me and they shouldn't get away with it. And yeah, it feels like, nowadays a lot of people are getting away with a lot of stuff. Like, and it's like, God, hello, Um, I think the course of karma, I won't even get into all of that. Like, it's coming, it will. Some of the timelines feel a little long for some of us, but you are here to continue on your path and not be thrown off of your path. Please see group number 1 as well. Okay, so I think that basically is what's holding you back. Your attention is in a space that is only going to create more negativity. You have the opportunity to really travel, to really, some of you really go and get your PhD. I don't know why I hear Denmark. Please shout me out. I don't know if you're trying to study over in Denmark, but that's a darn good country, actually. So, I mean, if you're not, if you're wondering. All right, so let's take a look. Yeah. And I mean, this is also causing anxiety for you as well. It's also lowering your vibration as you engage in, literally engaging in, like, this is so beneath you, and I get it. I mean, I get that it probably, there's a probably a valid reason why you've chosen to actually roll up your sleeves and say, I'm going to teach these people a lesson. I'm going to, and if it isn't that, it's just that you've kind of taken on some habits that are a little more low vibrational now. It's kind of easy to do with the pandemic. You get into a lot more gossip online, and then you get a lot more political negativity, and then you're annoyed about certain things, and so now you're engaging in, I don't know, arguments with other people and just low vibrational stuff that you really don't need. And I feel for some of you, I just see you like on your bed just thinking so much, but they're saying enough thinking and get back to doing, because you have a real positive influence. You have stuff to do overseas and abroad. So you should really get on that. Let this woman help you. There's also, I feel like some of you, your mother and father is, you know, looking for you to come out of this funk that you've been in. That won't apply to everyone, but they'll be very supportive, particularly your mother. I feel like for a lot of you, your mother is super accomplished. And yeah, I mean, you'll be supported in your endeavors one way or another. You may not know. There may be money that you don't know about that may assist you in this, but definitely it's time to move forward with furthering either your education or just your apprenticeship and whatever it is, and moving forward, and then moving from these toxic friends that don't lend any productivity to the situation. All right, guys, so thank you so much for that. That was group 2. Let me see where we are. If you would like actually to get a reading that's specifically focused on you, and we can drill down on your particular energies that you need to work through, just scroll down, check on the link where you can order a session to work with me on that. If you like this video, if it was of any help to you, please do hit the like button. We greatly appreciate it. Feel free to subscribe if this is your first time here. Welcome, welcome. And hit the notification bell as well. Okay, and there's also, for those of you who are wanting to do a gratitude donation, you're able to do that as well by clicking on the respective link below. Okay, so thank you so much, and I'm going to move on to group number 3 here. So let's see group number 3. Let's see what's going on with you. You have courage here. You have imagination. You have peace. Beautiful, powerful cards. And then you have mystic and child nature. So, woo. This particular one is saying for you, the thing that's holding you back is not believing that you've arrived, not believing the validity of what you have done. Some of you as well are receiving other messages from other worlds and really positive sort of angelic downloads. Some of you are getting information from Egypt, and even, I guess, like Atlantis, Lemuria, Pleiade, I'm not an expert on that, but those are the 4 or 5 there. You're getting these things and you're like, is this real? Like, I don't know what. I mean, I would, some of you are doing astral travel. I didn't expect this reading to get like suddenly taking this turn. But yeah, and they're saying for you to just believe in the fact that you are a light worker, the fact that you can do readings. I feel like some of my fellow readers here, some of my fellow tarot readers who are excellent on YouTube, who don't do personal readings, I mean, it's safe for you to have the courage to read for a certain type of client, and you can pull that in if you want to focus on and wish for that. Just set your intention for that, because I kind of get it. But I think, it's safe for you to read for other people and know that you're going to be accurate in doing it. I think every tarot reader kind of goes through that in the beginning. So yes, for this group, what's holding you back is believing that the information that you are receiving is correct, and then acting upon it, because you have some kind of speaking to do, some kind of group thing to do, some kind of group travel, meditational, retreaty kind of thing to do. And they want you to really get on that, at least by planning it right now, planning it out. As you begin to travel, because you've been guided to go somewhere. I see the Egyptian pyramids, but what I really saw was Stonehenge for some reason. So holler at me. Please let me know what's going on, because this energy here feels amazing. Let me tell you, it just feels so clear, so beautiful. I don't even want to take these cards up. Like, how beautiful this feels. So peaceful, so free of noise and negativity. Yeah, you're going to get more information. Just jumping back to you. Once you make the plans, plan it out, of course, have the courage to follow through with it, take it step by step so you don't get overwhelmed, and then just go do it. Once you get there, go a little earlier than your group. And once you get there, you're going to get downloads and information on how to proceed next. I'm not saying to go completely unprepared, but I'm just saying, like, as far as your power to, there's some kind of passage of rights or some kind of angelic clearing that you need assistance with, some extra power on some Reiki healing energy that you want, and you'll get it as soon as you get over to that place. It take a couple of days before, I would suggest, so you're able to ground and connect. And yeah, it'll be there. But I'm not saying don't go unprepared, but I also feel at the same time you have been given a lot of information to, for some of you, I mean, there's a tarot deck card you haven't created yet. For some of you, there's definitely a tarot deck card you haven't created yet. You've been given the information to do it. Use it, do it. I mean, the world is waiting. And clearly you have incarnated here so that you could be the receptor of this, so you could ground this and channel the information from the higher realms who are not able to get down into such deep density on this earth. So go ahead and step into your purpose there. For others of you, and this is a smaller amount of you, but there's a book as well. And then there was something else I forgot. Sorry, I'll remember it in a second. Let's see. Let's take a look at your let's just take a look at the tarot cards here. A lot of times they're going to say a lot of the same thing, which exactly, bim bam, start it, do it right, channel, get the card deck done, and holler at me when you do your card deck, because I want a copy of it, please. Unless it's like some weird, I only work with like angelic kind of stuff. So if it's some kind of weird kind of vampire thing, no, just kidding. This is really high vibrational stuff. So not that I'm hating on the vampire decks or anything like that. I'm really not. Okay, so yeah, so I feel also as well, some of you need to just do some more activation between the divine masculine and divine feminine. I feel like some of you shut off the divine masculine within, I'm talking about. And so it somehow drains your divine feminine a little bit. So, balancing those two energies together within is really going to help you get this done. You're going to notice you're going to be actually receiving a flood of information. Only you're going to be like Neo in the Matrix, like shoom, 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 shoom. You guys can't see me, but I'm just saying, like, instead of feeling overwhelmed by all of those, it's not bullets they're going to send you, but the way that he was in the film, by all those bullets were coming, and he knew like how to stop them and just take one at a time and remove what didn't resonate. You're going to be being able to receive like tons of information at once. So, I mean, I love this. This is a beautiful reading. It's a beautiful reading, but you are really guided. They're saying, hey, it's your purpose. We want to remember, we want to begin to reawaken you to knowing as well that you're ready to do this. So what's holding you back is that you have all the information. Imagine that. A lot of readers are out here and they're like, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that. and you've got all the information ready to go. You just need to believe it, receive it, and put it in order so you can achieve that. All right. Yeah, I mean, I just see nothing but wins for you. I really, really do, down there in Australia. Shouting out some of my Australian folks there. One specific reader, I won't say, but a really good reader. And so, yeah, it's time for you to do the big things that you are meant to do here. Really, really great stuff. Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, the Empress. You know, what else can I really say here? I'm going to take my little dice here. And speaking of other readers, I do want to thank, I forget the name of this girl's channel. She's wonderful. And she has the velvet, like, purple thing. And she's got the little light code singing at the beginning. She does dice, I think, recently. And I've always wanted to do dice, but I just kind of want to give her a little bit of a shout out because she did reawaken that in me to do it. So I wanted to just put the numbers in there because I always look up angel numbers. So I too am doing the angel numbers for you. So for this particular group, there's an 8, there's a 6, and these little dice, 00, 3, and you can look up any combination of these. This is dag, I can't even see it. It's 9. All right, so 8639. Dag, I feel like Yolanda Vega. And here's your numbers for the New York Powerball. 8, 6, 0, 3, and 9. And those are your numbers for the New York Lotto. Have a good evening. Okay, I am officially bugging, I know. But those are your numbers, guys. Look them up. I want to thank again the lovely tarot reader who does this and reminded me to actually pursue this because I've wanted to do it for so long. I forget, I think, what is her name? Ancient Star Queen, I think. I want to thank her for reminding me as well, because it's just a beautiful thing to add clarity to the reading, because I myself am always looking up angel numbers. So you guys going ahead on Google, just look up those numbers as far as angel numbers are concerned. So before I go into group number 4, I just want to thank you. Thank you, group number 3. It was such a beautiful reading. Oh my God, the energy felt amazing. And get out there. World is waiting for you. Do your thing. Holler at me. Send me an email if you don't want to comment below. But I do want to hear from this group. Please, please holler at me. Let me know. Even if you're another tarot reader, holler at me and let me know how that resonated for you. For those of you who aren't tarot readers on YouTube yet, or some kind of practitioner yet, just feel free to hit the like button if you enjoyed this. Feel free if you felt really helped. There's gratitude donation down in the description box that you may send as well. You also, if you want me to focus on your energies alone and drill down, you can click on the order button for a session with me and we'll get you sorted, okay? All right, so if this is your first time to the channel as well, thank you so much. Glad to have you here. Feel free to subscribe and also hit the bell notification so you can know when I'm dropping a new video. All right, my people, thank you so much. And so for some reason, I just need to clear. I don't know why that was such beautiful. I think it's from these cards. Sort of reset the energy here. Knows why that was the most beautiful energy. Jeez. All right, so we are going on to group number 4. Group number 4. All right, so finally, I can put those out. We have 4 cards for group number 4. Let me just do this. This is what I'm guided to do. Friendship. As you can see, friendship, hermit, mediator, acceptance. So this group here, what's holding you back is you sort of connecting to a level of intimacy. I see why I had to clear the energy, because the energy just kind of it needed a way to let through a lot of the heaviness in this reading. So in any case, a lot of you have been through a lot. I feel like, a couple of you have experienced betrayal in large groups of people where you've been singled out over your lifetime, maybe more than once. And it just wasn't a good thing. So this is not only a call for you to reconnect with other people, but to create safety within yourself by reconnecting levels of trust within yourself that were disconnected kind of by these people, and also by, for you guys, like a little bit of past life stuff as well. So there's this thing in this lifetime to reconnect to self-worthiness, to trusting yourself, connecting to your own divinity, um, and just really pumping up those things so you're back in your birthright, because you are actually meeting a lot more people. I feel like you are oh gosh, I just saw a piece of coal. So as you know, like a piece of coal, when you really put pressure on it, it turns into a beautiful diamond. And so it feels like you guys get information from the divine, and you are supposed to be working in groups of people, but how can you kind of do that when you like to help people but you don't like people? And I think a lot of people have been through that same dynamic, so you don't need to feel judged or feel alone in that. But this is about reconnecting with yourself, cultivating self-trust and the intimacy that it takes in order to do that within, and then you will find that you'll be able to connect with other people a lot better. So with the friendship card here, there definitely is a need for you to step out and create your divine community. It's out there in the ether, so to speak. You just need to begin to reconnect and call it in. But again, that won't happen before you create safety within. You've got a lot of work to do as well. Not only the universe is like coming in hardcore, they're saying, I don't want you to get triggered, but take this how you will without shooting the messenger. You're kind of past your timeline on self-healing. It doesn't mean that you don't need more self-healing, but that they really wanted you to focus on yourself, because you don't really. And again, that's a reflection of having to work with self-worthiness as well. Really taking the time for self, checking in with self, making sure you're in alignment with your well-being, with your equilibrium. All right. And so to cultivate that first would help you to be with within your friendship. Create your friendship. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little interrupted here. I think because of what you have gone through, there's some trauma, a couple of traumatic experiences. It's caused you to kind of disconnect a little bit from the divine, which would lend you a lot more support for your heart and your spirit if you were able to open up to that. So I just really feel like you've been put in a place where you haven't been able to feel safe in existence in a way. I don't know why I see like a car crash and someone who's maybe, lost a parent through a car crash. It's horrible. So, my condolences on that, and lots of light activated for you in being able to cope through that into healing. But I mean, you know, you've been through a lot. It's not to say you haven't been through a lot, but they need you to start the process of healing, like to be willing to heal. So they are saying for some of you, it is safe for you to actually deal with a professional who can really help you work through these emotions, through the shock, through the trauma, and also attend some really good workshops as well that will help you with same. But above all, the thing that's kind of holding you back is this disconnection from the divine as well. And I'm not sure that you really necessarily know that you've done that, but it seems to have happened because of feeling unsafe due to some trauma. So it's not like the universe is like, oh, they're not making a judgment, but they're just saying, like, so that you have this higher divine support and you'll feel less anxiety and things like that. You'll be experiencing a lot less, is to open up to this higher divine. Accordance is the word. I don't know why, but that's a beautiful, I love that word, accordance. So being in accord with the divine is really going to help you. So you want to begin to focus on that as opposed to the focus on the trauma. So begin to focus on healing the trauma as opposed to it enveloping you. Now, I don't know what you have been through, so I do want to say that as well. Just take my comment as if it were a grain of salt because I don't know what anyone out there has really been through. I'm just reading the cards here. Yes, and that's basically really it. I'm just going to take a couple of cards. This is almost redundant to do this, but I'll do it anyway. So what does group number 4? A lot of the time it's the very same thing. Your connection to the divine. It's almost like, like they're reaching out. Show you my unmanicured stuff until I decide to become a woman again. Anyway, so yeah, this sort of unwillingness, this disconnect from the divine, it's kind of a typical step that happens, like if you have been trespassed against in this world, in this lifetime, you are actually thinking, like, where was God, where was justice in the situation? So you have to be mindful of that. And I don't have the answers fully in that to make it seem like anything is justified, but this connection, this reconnecting to the divine is definitely going to be one thing that will help you through anxiety attacks, panic attacks, and horrible nightmares that some of you experience through the night, as well as entities who have come through because you have sort of disconnected from um, let me just say this, because you need to ground more. You need to actually put your feet on the ground and reconnect to Earth, Mother Gaia. Let's see if they have anything else to say. Okay, there's one other card. Yeah, definitely. With the Hermit card here, this is mirroring the Hermit card. There's a lot of you being present in your headspace. So I would suggest that you maybe look into doing yoga. I feel like some of you are actually laughing at that, not familiar with how powerful yoga actually is and how it actually removes trauma from the body. It allows you to reincorporate your own personal strength and align your body and spirit, as well as your connection to the divine. There's something super powerful about the movement because it does involve mind, body, and spirit throughout yoga. And it does also take you out of your mind and put you into your body. So I would definitely suggest that as a vehicle of healing. But definitely the thing that holds you back is that they're waiting for you to really initiate your healing, and you have a lot of work to actually do in this world. Like, you guys are You guys are wage showers for other people who have experienced trauma, many of you, and at the least, a lot of you will be helping people in your immediate sphere. Other people will be social workers, but other people are real spiritual leaders, and it's more than time past your timeline for you to be there. That's a conversation you can have with your guides for saying that to you and making it sound so indifferent. Please don't blame me. And yeah, so I think overall, just take a listen to this reading one more time so you can process everything that you may have missed the first time through for this particular group. And let's just see as well. Let's get a couple of, I'm actually not going to use these because these are, no, they're crying out to be used. All right, fine. Let's see what angel number. So you got 2. You have, here is 9. There's also an 11 that kind of wanted to come up as well. So it's 2 and it's 9 and 3. 2, 9, 3, 7. And then another 9, 0. So just play with those numbers however you want. Look them up on Google to see different messages. So I really should probably only do 4. 1937. 1937. Just check that on YouTube and that'll give you a little more information. Okay, my friends, so if you would like this particular group, if you would like a more focused reading where I can drill down and really pinpoint what's going on with you so that way you can break the patterns that you have been in, just scroll on down to the description box below and book a reading to work with me. If you felt like you were helped with this reading, feel free to definitely send a gratitude donation, hit the like button. If you're new here, hello, hi, thanks. We are very happy to have you here. Feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when these videos are uploaded, my friends. Okay, so I really appreciate that. Looking over. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you enjoy the readings. How are you? Saz. Where are you coming in from if you care to share? And meanwhile, while you're answering, because these lives are like on a 17-second delay. So you say something, you're kind of like, okay, nobody's responding, but it's like delayed. So like I'm talking 17 seconds before you receive the information. Ah, listening from England. Awesomeness. We love England. Shout out to England. Shout out to London. For sure. Love London. Can't wait for this crazy pandemic to be finished so we can get back over to London and get some of that really good food over there. So yeah. I'm glad. So I probably will be doing more videos. Saz, glad to have you. If you aren't subscribed, feel free to subscribe and, if you feel inclined to, and hit the notification bell because I will be uploading more videos as this week goes on. Thank you to the new people who just came into the reading. I just actually finished, but you're welcome to scroll back as well when you have a moment. And I think that I'll be signing off now. I really appreciate everyone. Thanks again. Shout out to England. I love when it's an international scene here. So blessings to everyone. Thank you so much. I probably will pop on tomorrow at about the same time. And I'll see you guys then. Have a good one. Bye now. Have a wonderful evening or morning. Actually, it's really late for you, Saz, huh? It's like, what time is it? It's 3 a.m. for you? It's late. So have a wonderful evening. Take care.